The whole purpose of this project is about people and plants and local communities. When you get local people involved, those are the projects that really start to deliver for conservation. You're giving people that sense of ownership. It might be a really small thing, but you start to add that up, it's important. Twinflower is a gorgeous little native wildflower that grows here in the Cairngorms. It is this carpet of these little fairy flowers. They're just really dainty, really beautiful. I got involved in the Twinflower project a few years ago now. A friend was giving me a little tour of his woodland and I noticed these little pots and I walked over and I was like, Sandy, is that Twinflower? And he was like, yeah, I'm growing it on for a project. And I was just like, wow, seriously, you're just growing this, endangered plant in your garden in some pots. So I've been looking after them for a couple of years now. I can't wait to plant them out.
So this here is Twinflower. It grows in these long stolons. You can see them growing across the surface here. And later in the year, we'll see the actual flowering heads coming up, and they're just starting to develop in here now. Twinflower is a rare pine woods flower. Unfortunately, there's very few Caledonia pine woods. Sadly, these tiny fragments of woodland that we have left, they often, nearly always, only have one individual clone left in them. It doesn't have any chance to reproduce because in the case of Twinflower, the pollinators can't travel more than 50, 100 meters. And that means that all of this Twinflower that we're surrounded by here is weakened. It doesn't have much of a chance to actually kind of thrive and survive in nature. So we know what the problem is. What we did was collect cuttings from some of these sites and actually grow them on. So that's one of the things volunteers really helped us with as well. So they collected them and then planted them out in their gardens. So that allowed us to grow these cuttings on 5, 10, 20 times more. Then you've suddenly got all the material you need by barely interfering with that original population at all.
Hi Sam, how you doing? Good to see you too.
So you're just going to kind of tease them out basically, nerve-wracking as it is. So we'll transfer what was one little cutting into lots of cuttings.
My little babies, I'm gonna miss you.
The volunteers are really crucial to this project. The original research that highlighted the problem was done several years ago, but we've not really been able to do anything about that until we've actually had the people on the ground that can help to address the problem. The volunteers have done virtually everything, and hopefully they'll still be part of the project when it comes to monitoring the effect of that as well, which is really great to see that progress.
This is quite a typical environment we're looking for, so this sort of open canopy. Even if this site changes in future, right now it's at its best, so we're giving it the best chance we can give it. But in future, it might grow over, some of the trees might fall, but by then it'll be established and it'll move itself to where it needs to go.
Seems funny being here after all this time, sitting and planting them out. They're not going to be in our gardens anymore. Oh, they're where they're meant to be.
Take a look, friend here. It's great to work with folk like Plant Life. It's nice to follow these projects through. It takes a long time to get here. Some conservation projects, they don't happen quickly. But this is good to see. It really is. It does really feel like we're releasing them into the wild today. It's very exciting.
These are little flower buds. Inside the little flowers are forming, and if they've been fertilised, they will each produce their own single seed. These little twin flowers are kind of a small piece of a bigger jigsaw puzzle, if you like. And I suppose we're like that as well as people. Individually, we're quite small, but when we join together and work together to achieve something, it's really special and really important.
We don't know everything about Twinflower. We can never know everything about any plant. But ideally, we'll be able to go back to every single one of the 10 translocation sites we've done across the Cairngorms in 10 years, and they'll be producing seed. That would be the absolute dream. And then, of course, all the people who've been involved can go back to their pots and see them flowering and spreading, and that would be just incredible.
Hello, little twins. Look at you. So delicate. Just beautiful.
Someone once said that if you've got any sort of environmental consciousness at all, you look around you and what you see are wounds. You see damaged environment. And therefore the thing to look for is the change in direction. The fact that what we're doing is helping to restore the biodiversity in the area changes the direction of movement.